Hi, this is Raina. Thank you for joining me on my crochet channel. In this video, we will crochet the Soft and Chic Purse. I'm using the nice pink t-shirt yarn, which makes it really soft. And the shape and design of this purse makes it chic, so that's the name. And this stitch that I used is called crossed half double crochet, and it's easy. And my purse measures it's about 12 inches from side to side, and from top to bottom it's about 9 inches. And I use this finer t-shirt yarn called Easy Peasy yarn by the Wobbles pink. One ball has 164 yards, 150 meters, and you'll need 2 balls to make the purse. The size of this is medium 4, and it's 75% cotton, 25% nylon. My crochet hook is 5 millimeters. I use this heart buckle for the closure. I will add the link in video description box where to get this same buckle, and you'll need a tapestry needle for some stitching. And make a slip knot. And chain 19. And we'll start the crossed half double crochet stitches in the second chain from hook, yarn over, insert hook in that second chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook in the next chain, pull up a loop. So you have now 5 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. The next stitch, yarn over, and first insert hook in the same stitch as last, pull up loop, yarn over, then insert hook in next chain, pull up loop. You have 5 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. And this repeats, yarn over, and for the first half, insert hook in the same stitch as last, pull up loop, yarn over, insert hook in the next chain, pull up loop, pull through all loops. And repeat this till the end of chain. And when done with stitches, you have 17 of them. Then also double crochet in that last stitch, last chain. And on a second row, we start increasing. First chain 3, turn, yarn over, insert hook through that first chain or third from hook, pull up loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on hook. This is like kind of this beginning stitch. And then continue the stitches as before. So first yarn over and insert hook in same stitch as the last stitch, and then yarn over, insert hook in the next stitch. So when you count after this beginning stitch, you have 18 of the crossed stitches, and again in the after last stitch I will double crochet in the last stitch. And now start each row the same, increasing with 3 chains, turn, again insert hook in that 3rd chain from hook, pull up loop, pull through 3 loops, and then continue stitches as before. On this row after the beginning stitch you have 20 of the stitches, and again finish after last stitch, make a double crochet in the last stitch. And now continue same way, increasing on each row 3 chains, do the beginning stitch, and then you'll have 2 more stitches on each row, and also after last stitch on each row do the double crochet stitch, and make 13 rows like this. I finished 13 rows, and after the beginning stitch I have here 40 stitches plus the double crochet stitch in the last one. And we can now do the handles. And for the first one, chain 2, then turn. Now I'm going to make 11 stitches, and for the first one yarn over and insert hook in that next stitch, yarn over, insert hook also in the next, and then finish it as before, and then continue the stitches and make 11. This is the first row of the handle. After last stitch, chain 2 and turn, and again for the first stitch, yarn over, insert hook in the next stitch, yarn over, insert in the next stitch, and then finish the stitches. You'll have 10 here. And here on the handle I don't double crochet after last stitch, so 10 stitches here, and third row, chain 2 and turn. So but now I do it differently, yarn over, and instead of inserting hook in the next stitch I'm going to insert it through that second chain from hook, pull up loop, and then insert in the next stitch. I also have 10 stitches here, and row 4, chain 2, turn. So here start the first stitch not in that second chain but in the next stitch and the next. And 9 stitches here. Next row, so here on this side we start with 2 chains, turn, but now insert hook again through that second chain from hook to start the stitch, and then through the next stitch. And 9 stitches here. Next, chain 2, turn. So on this side, insert hook through next stitch, not the second chain, and the next. We have 8 stitches here. Next row, chain 2 here, insert hook through that second chain from hook, and then the next stitch. And also make 8 stitches on this row. Now continue these rows the same way and make total of 12 rows, and you have 5 stitches on the last row. So here on this side, again you start with 2 chains, and the first stitch, insert hook in the next stitch. So this will be 7 stitches on this row. And I finished first handle, 12 rows, 5 stitches on last row. Now I will cut off. I will leave a little longer tail for stitching and fasten off. We'll do the other side. And for the second handle, we will join yarn here and count 12 stitches here to join. I made slip knot, insert hook through that 12th stitch, insert through slip knot and pull it through, then chain 2, then for the first stitch, yarn over, insert hook through that same stitch that you join yarn with, and then through the next. And make 11 stitches. Then for the second row, chain 2, turn. So here again we first insert hook through that second chain from hook, and then the next stitch. And on this side, after 10 stitches on second row, I have this 1 stitch left. I will half double crochet in it. And third row, chain 2, turn, insert hook in the next stitch and in the next. And I made 10 stitches here. Next row, chain 2, and on this side again insert hook through that second chain from hook, and then the next stitch. And make 9 stitches here. Again, after 9 stitches, have 1 left here, make half double crochet in it, and then start the next row, 2 chains, turn, insert hook in the next stitch and in the next. So repeat the same now and also make 12 rows. And 12th row, the last, I made 5 stitches and finished with half double crochet in the last stitch. Then again, cut off yarn. You can leave longer tail for stitching, fasten off. And first piece is made, now make the second one exactly the same. And 2 identical pieces are made. Next we will stitch these handle tops using the yarn tails. Do the same with the other piece and also weave in these tails. Now we can attach the 2 pieces using slip stitches. And I don't really have a right or wrong side because they look the same, so just gonna place them . I'm going to join yarn here in this connecting point, make the first slip stitch. Now working along the sides of both pieces, just finding these spaces and stitches to insert hook to make my slip stitches. And when done stitching all around, I'll cut off the yarn, fasten off. And next we'll do the both edges here around the handles and the top. I will join the yarn here in this spots where I stitched the two top edges together. So right after this connecting part here, I'll make my first single crochet. So we're going to make 13 single crochets along this edge, the handle edge. Next single crochet I will do here in the space between the two rows. Next one goes in space, in this next space between the rows. I'm making these stitches pretty big. Next one goes here in this next space between rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so here I'm at the corner, 13, last stitch goes here. And now I'm going to make the crossed stitches just like here along the top edge. Inserting hook first in this next stitch here. And then these stitches are the same as before. I made 17 of these crossed stitches here, and now the edge of the second handle. Going to make again 13 single crochets. First one goes here in this corner space, and again only make stitches in the spaces between the rows. So I did 12 and the last 13 goes here, and now I can slip stitch in that first one I started with. And now cut off and leave longer tail so we can use it for stitching. And this side is done. turn and do the same on the other side. So again, join yarn here in this connecting point right after these stitches. Make the first single crochet, and then in spaces between the rows, again 13 single crochets. And after single crochets, make the cross stitches, starting with this next stitch. I did 17 cross stitches and now 13 single crochets all the way up here. The first one I'll do the long one here in a corner. Two, three, 4, and finish with slip stitch in first single crochet, cut off yarn, leaving longer tail. I will use the long tails now to stitch these edges, this one and this one. And for the buckle, I made this piece and it's actually just the first 3 rows that we started the bag with. And to attach it, first I place it here where I want it to be, and again using my needle and yarn here on this opposite edge, I'm going to count 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's not gonna be middle, but a little to the right. So I'm going to stitch that piece against that opposite side here. So I attached the yarn. This is the 8th stitch on the edge, and on the piece I'm going to count 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and start stitching. And I'll do just a few stitches here around. And last thing to do, we'll attach my buckle. So I counted 9 stitches on both sides. Here between the two, I'm just going to stitch the buckle. And the little purse is done. I hope you have fun making this with me. You will find a link to written pattern in video description box. Thank you so much for watching, and happy crocheting!